YouTube, man, what's going on? It's LNH back with another vid, and man, I did not think this could get any crazier. Mikey Williams just dropped 50 points. 50 points. I think a lot of people are underestimating how good of a performance that is, so we're going to break it down and get right into it. Now, you guys know, of course, Mikey Williams ranked 11th player in the country in the class of 2023, and he just went off last night. Now, they are actually playing another team where the score ended up being 124 to 111. His team caught the W, Vertical Prep, and he went for 50 points and 8 assists. Now, having 50 points is one thing, but even having 8 assists means you are getting your teammates involved. And this is one performance that is going down in the record books. Now, you guys remember, they even talked about Mikey Williams before when he was playing back in California for San Isidro. He dropped 77 points, and they said he was playing against no type of competition. They said the competition was lackluster at best, that he really wasn't playing anyone. But we see that he came over to North Carolina, to Charlotte, to play a vertical prep, and now he's dropping 50 points again. Man, a lot of people have been calling this dude overrated, saying that he'll never make the NBA, but with a performance like this begs to ask the question, is this dude for real? Can we really take him seriously? And I think so. You guys know this dude has honestly matched up to everyone we've wanted him to play against. He's not afraid to play against really good competition, and clearly he shows out at times, and dropping 50 points, man, even being able to score that regardless of the competition you're playing against is wild. And I think Mikey Williams is one person who can just put the ball in the basket and really make it look like it's easy. Even in the footage watching the Ball is Life game, it was even hard to tell Mikey Williams even had 50 points because he just looked like he was playing basketball out there having fun. And I think that's what makes this dude such an excellent player. And for sure, he has gotten a lot better. When he first came to North Carolina to play at Vertical Prep, and even playing for Lake Norman Christian, the previous team he played for in North Carolina, man, it wasn't going the best for him. Clearly, he was not playing as well as he did in San Diego. But I think this dude is really putting in a ton of work into the gym, and it's really a testament of how hard he works. We always see clips and videos of him in the gym, but clearly he's doing something right, and it's paying off because he just went off in that most recent game. But one thing a lot of people are saying was that Mikey Williams would probably be ranked #1 in the country if he had performances like this every night. And the reason why I completely disagree with a statement like this is because you're a player that doesn't always need to score 50 points a night. You have other scorers on your team, and a high IQ player understands that he doesn't need to be able to score every single point in the game, but make sure he gets his teammates involved as well as contribute his own personal stats to the game of basketball. And when we see that, we see guys on his team like Trey Parker, other hoopers on his team who actually can score the basketball. So having that IQ, which Mikey Williams clearly has, and he's not dropping 50 points every night, but he passes the ball, gets his other guys involved. Clearly even had 8 assists tonight, which he was passing somewhat, but even other games where he's had more assists, it clearly just shows you an IQ thing where you know if someone on your team is playing very well, pass them the rock, let them do their thing on the court, and that just shows you, I think that this dude is ready to play at the next level, not only ready to play, ready to dominate. Now, a lot of people even saying about this game that Mikey Williams was basically making a comeback for actually what happened in his previous game where an 8th grader and 9th grader dropped around 20 and 30 points on him in his squad. And that's tough. I gotta be honest here. That is tough because, of course, 8th and 9th graders dropping buckets on a player like this, man, you probably gotta feel some type of way. Everyone was talking about it, but look how he responds. A lot of people are saying Mikey Williams was trash, that these little guys dropped so many points on him, but look how he responds. He's able to come back the next game, take that criticism, take that feedback, and go and use it as fuel. And I think that's what separates the good from the great players. When something happens to them, they really are able to use this as fuel to make them play better in the long run. And clearly Mikey Williams is doing that because the transition from the last game to this game is really wild. Now, the last game he had around 28 points, but this game, even topping that and going to 50, man, you cannot tell me this dude is not ready to play at the next level and is not ready to be a great player. And if he's not already there, his rankings are probably going to go up too. When you drop 50 points, man, people are going to take notice because the internet is going crazy right now. Now, on the other hand, a lot of people are wondering how many shots this dude actually put up to even score that many points. And that is a good question. I was unable to find it, but this dude probably put up a crazy amount of shots to, of course, score 50. But when you're hot, you're able to do that. And clearly he's a leader and his teammates trust him to put up those shots and put the ball in the basket. And that's what he did at at the end of the day. But a lot of people are actually looking forward and want to see Mikey Williams play like this against a really good team. Now, of course, he is playing against pretty good competition right here, but when they play against Sierra Canyon, when they play against Emmanuel Hansel, the one-armed hooper, and a ton of these really good teams, we want to see Mikey Williams be able to play like this. You guys saw what happened when he did play against IMG Academy. Honestly, I think Mikey definitely struggled in that game. And not saying that he can't struggle in games, but for sure, if he could drop 50 or do something like this against one of those teams, man, this dude's ranking, honestly, in my opinion, would go to #1 immediately. There's no doubt in my mind, if you're able to drop this many points or have this type of showing against a really solid powerhouse team, man, you're going to be the best in the country regardless. And when he goes up against Sierra Canyon, man, I cannot wait because, of course, you guys know you have Bronny James. Now, Bronny, a lot of people feel different ways towards him. Some people think he's super good. Other people think he's overrated. But honestly, in my opinion, I think he has the talent, maybe not the exact scoring ability, or his teammates really don't need him to score the basketball like that. So he's in a different position. But man, them two guys going head to head against each other, I really want to see somebody like Bronny take off, really get some type of aggression and go wild on the court at Mikey Williams to really see which one of these players is better overall, because they do a lot of different things well. Of course, Bronny has pretty solid defense and really getting his teammates involved, making that extra pass, where you guys know Mikey Williams is the flashy scorer who likes to talk trash, really taunt players on the basketball court, and that's just his game. There's really nothing wrong with that. But it's going to be super exciting, and especially see Amari Bailey go against Mikey Williams. I think that's what I'm most excited for, because you have people on Mikey's team like himself and Trey Parker who are such excellent scorers. They're able to really put up a ton of numbers, and you guys saw Trey Parker was a lot better than people thought he was, but they're able to put up all of these numbers. And then we have someone like Amari Bailey. Anytime I've seen this dude play, he is putting the ball in the basket, not afraid to go up against anyone. We even saw when he was actually playing and Drake was there and LeBron was at the game, man, he was putting in the ball in the basket, doing dunks, 360 layups. There was nothing that fazed him. So I think even playing against Mikey Williams is just like another day for him in the office. He's going to put up a ton of buckets, but to see those two guys go head to head, and maybe they'll even guard each other at one point, man, I would love to see that matchup for sure. Now, if you're a Mikey Williams hater, I want to hear what you have to say about this, because at the end of the day, somebody puts 50 points up, puts that 50 ball up. What are you going to say? How are you going to say he's overrated? He can't play. He's not that good. If you put up 50, man, there's no argument at that point. I don't care who you're playing against. And this was a national team. You're playing against a national team and putting up 50, man. This dude is doing something right. But you guys make sure you like the vid, comment any video suggestions you do have, and what do you think about this 50-point game, man? Shout out to Mikey Williams, man. It's LNH and I'm out.
The future is bright. You know the vibes.